Good morning, Braves. This is the Manalapan High School Bravecast, your weekly news program showcasing everything Manalapan High School. And now, here are your news anchors.
Good morning, Manalapan High School. Today is Friday, May 16th. I'm Jenny Patzer.
And I'm Shai Shamlin. Welcome back to the Bravecast.
We'd like to start off today's broadcast by highlighting Matteo Mascarello, Jimmy Katina, Aiden Fowler, Justin Stein, and Lawrence Baglio for their awesome work in the school store.
All 5 of them assist with operating the school store and making it a better place.
I don't know about you, Shai, but these are some amazing Braves.
Absolutely, Jenny. And now, Braves, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by your Bravecast anchors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
Juniors, have an amazing time at prom tonight.
And now to anchor Sam Genkin for the Culture of Respect segment.
Today I'm going around the halls to interview some of our Braves on the impact that our school's culture of respect has had on our community. How do you feel Manalapan's culture of respect affects our school community?
Definitely affects the school community. It keeps it clean. Kids pick up trash and clean up after themselves.
Definitely brings everyone closer together and gets passed on from one person to another.
I like that you know what to expect when you come here.
I think it just creates like a sense of communication for me, at least. I feel as though I can go to any teacher and know that at least someone will listen to me, and that's a very good feeling. I think it spreads a lot of positivity.
I feel like it brings like a brighter energy into the school and makes it a happier place, like a safe place to walk around in, you know, be happy in.
Thank you to everyone for upholding the culture of respect here at Manalapan. This has been Sam Genkin. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Sam. Sounds like the culture of respect here at Manalapan is thriving. Seniors, make sure to fill out and submit your senior graduation audit to send your final high school transcript to your college or university. The audit is listed in your SCOIR account under tasks. This needs to be done to participate in senior week activities. Stop by guidance with any questions. Also, we're excited to announce this year's senior trip to Black Bear Lake is on Tuesday, June 10th. The cost to attend is $50 and payment must be made via PaySchools. Today is the last day to pay and hand in your permission slip. And now, Braves, 2 weeks ago, our Braves attended an assembly with a Holocaust survivor. Bravecast anchor Shai Shamlin had the chance to interview students about this event. Let's check it out.
Braves, Shai Shamlin here, and I'm going to be interviewing students about the assembly we had this past week about the Holocaust. Let's check it out. What's one lesson you've learned from this guest speaker?
Not all Holocaust survivors were put in like concentration camps. Everybody's experience is different, and like hearing hers, who she didn't even know, didn't consider herself a survivor for so long, is like inspiring to me.
It's important to see stories from many sides to learn to see the whole picture and learn everything you can about the topic.
We have to learn from our past and make sure we don't repeat that.
Why are experiences like this so important for our Braves?
We need to remember this and spread the story so we don't repeat history and persecute those who are different.
Why is it important to educate students here at Manalapan about the Holocaust?
Unfortunately, survivors are dwindling and are not able to tell their story. And it is vitally important that the next generation understand what happened during the Holocaust to prevent it from happening again.
Well, Braves, it seems that this assembly has left a huge impact on our Braves here at Manalapan. Thank you to Miss Eva Wiener for coming here and sharing your story. This has been Shai Shamlin. Now back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Shai. Braves, our annual FRHSD THON is this Tuesday, May 20th from 6 to 9 p.m.
Go make an impact on the life of a child suffering from pediatric cancer, sickle cell anemia, and other debilitating illnesses.
You can also earn NHS Community Service Hours for being a part of this event. If you'd like to participate, you must register ahead of time using the link on screen. Please see Mr. Hanlon with any questions.
This is a fun event with an incredible cause. Be sure to attend. Speaking of incredible, we have 2 amazing students we'd like to highlight.
Freshman Chris Matroni is a respectful and kind student with a passion for learning, always greeting teachers and students with respect.
And Luca Vital, who's always prepared for class, takes initiative and stays on task.
These are some great students. Thank you for being a good example for your fellow Braves.
I couldn't agree more, Aaron. And now, this past Wednesday, Evan Zaretsky and Steven Russo filmed the weekly Bravecast Sports Report.
Evans, you're joined by Stephen Russo in the main gym, and this is your Manalapan Sport Report. Stephen, we'll start off with boys lacrosse team, 7-6 win over Middletown North in the first round of the SCT. Connor Dole's 500th career save. I know the boys talked about it last week. He was nearing that. What better way to get it in the first round of the short conference tournament and a win, 7-6 overtime win, and an even more monumental achievement. Madden VV is a 100th career goal, and I will say this is probably outside of the Sam Kaplan. I remember like last year we talked about him getting that game winner for the JV team hockey. This was probably the most movie Disney written ever and you'd ever seen here on Manalapan. Ready for this? His 100th career goal was the game winner that got the Braves to beat.
Let me ask you something. What's better, scoring the game winner or getting your 100th career goal?
The game winner. I mean, you take team over. Always take team over.
I'm a selfish guy. I'd pick the 100 goals any day of the week.
I'm sure you would.
Moving over to girls lacrosse, they picked up a win over RBC, 15-14, the first round of short conference. They would go on to lose in the second round, but you got to appreciate the achievements here. RBC is always a tough team, no matter the sport. Ariel Stein continues her hot streak. She scored 7 goals in that game. I mean,
just mention her.
We've done this every week now. I'm running out of things to say. So girls lacrosse and boys lacrosse both now gearing up for states. At least you get one win in the short conference tournament to build up a little confidence, and hopefully they could go further in the states.
The boys lacrosse team came in as a 12 seed. They played a 5 seed, Todd Rivers North. It was going to be a hard game. They came in, they fought, but girls lacrosse 14-15. You said that was the score.
Yeah, it was a high-scoring game. Yeah.
So they're both riding momentum right now, and they're both. I know they're going far in the states. Moving over to the baseball team, they picked up an 8-2 win on Saturday over Bayonne. Steven, we didn't talk about the baseball team the last time we were on, but we look at their last 2 games, at least from Wednesday. How many runs did they put up against Township?
18. They've needed to see runs go on the board. All year, the biggest struggle for them is they're not scoring enough. Hopefully here was 18 plus 8. You could do the quick math.
It was 26.
26 runs in 2 games. Maybe that could be the dam that breaks and the water starts flowing through.
It's at the right time.
Right time, right before states. If the bats just start to come alive, we've always said this last couple of years. The pitching,
we know they've been good pitching.
They have good pitching. They just need to convert and get extra base hits and get runners to score.
And that was the thing with this baseball team coming this year. They lost a lot of seniors. This whole lineup is pretty much a completely different lineup from what it was last year. Yeah. The pitching guys stay the same. The lineup changed, and they're adjusting in 26 runs. You can't ask for much more.
Yeah. Moving over to softball, they pick up another win against Shore, 5-4. It's the second time they've beat Shore this year. And softball needed this win. They've got off to a hot start, but recently, the last 5-6 games, they haven't had a winning record. So they need to start getting some wins before state, start building up some confidence, like we said, because this is a weird time, spring season. You want to go into states hot. You never want to go in, like we always talk about in just regular sports too. You never want to go into the playoffs cold. You want momentum building in. Hopefully this could start building for softball.
Absolutely. Softball is a team that needs that momentum to be able to go into the states. We saw what happens when softball's on a win streak. They're winning, and they're winning by a lot of runs.
Yes.
So we'll see if they can do this. We don't have a show next week, so we'll see you guys back in 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll have some positive results from states in the
can't wait for
SEC.
states.
And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Hey Braves, welcome back to the Manalapan Minute. Today I'm joined by our principal, Mr. Curry, to discuss the new courtyard as the weather gets warmer.
Excited to be here, Kira.
So for my first question, how did your vision of the courtyard come to life over the years?
So great question. So the weekend before I started, I spent most of my Saturday and Sunday in the building, just walking the building, studying the building, and then I stumbled upon this open, enclosed space. And I thought, what an opportunity, it's untapped potential. So with that being said, I try and see things through the lens of a student. What would I want if I was 16, 17 years old in this building, walking this building every single day? So I thought it would be a great opportunity to develop a courtyard. And we developed a courtyard committee. We had staff members come in over the summer just to speak about ideas that we could make happen, so implement them here. And it was a multi-year project. So the first year was just removing the trees, right? And then it was purchasing all of the equipment. So the tables, the M's, the pavers, the table tennis tables, the cornhole, so all of those things. So it just all came to fruition. And actually last year, the senior class, their gift were the table tennis tables to the courtyard. So, kudos to the kids for seeing that vision and making it happen.
That's great, thank you. My second question, how do you want our Braves to uphold the culture of respect in the courtyard?
So the courtyard is yours. It's the students' courtyard, right? So you got to take pride in something that's yours. So it's your building, it's your courtyard, so our expectations are very simple. There's some non-negotiables. One is the fact that you have to clean up after yourself in that courtyard every single day. The equipment, I want to bring the equipment back out on Monday, but with that we need cooperation from the students. With the equipment, I'm talking about the cornhole, I'm talking about the spike ball, and I'm also talking about having the music out there on Fridays again, and also taking the tarps off of the table tennis tables. So the kids have to take pride in that stuff, they have to use it appropriately, and when the staff members tell them it's time to put it away, it's got to go away. The tables are for eating, they're not for sitting. So we sit on the benches, we do not sit on top of the tables. And lastly is the fact that I want kids utilizing the courtyard in between classes. I want them getting fresh air. But there's an internal clock in your head as well where you have to know when it's time to get to class. I don't want kids getting to class late because they're in the courtyard. If that happens, we would have to shut it down. I don't want those things to happen. I want them to have the better things here. I want them to be able to enjoy that courtyard to its fullest.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Mr. Curry, for joining us for another live interview.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, of course. That's all for today, Braves. It's a C-Day, so make the most of it. Have an awesome weekend, Braves, and we'll catch you next week on your Manalapan Bravecast.